this even happen, it was pitch black. There was nothing.
There was nothing.
For the earth was made, for the earth was void, the earth had void, it was covered with void. And then God said, let there be light, and then bam, the earth was created. Light was created.
Mm-hmm.
God separated light from dark, and then he named darkness night and lightness day. And then God created the waters. And after the waters, he created living plants and made land.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made trees of all type for that.
And speaking of trees, we said that this leaf has a purpose. What was the purpose of this leaf, Moses?
It would give us oxygen because
It goes with the tree.
yeah.
Okay,
it
what
didn't
else?
just like go.
It gives shade. It can give shade.
And now it's gone to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fulfilled its purpose, and it goes into the ground, helps fertilize the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a purpose, Moses. What's our purpose?
To believe in God and follow Him.
Why do we do that?
Because we love Him and we want to follow Him. Because if we don't, you're gonna go to this terrible place where there's like lava and like all bad things, and you wouldn't like it because in that place everybody would be mean and stuff. But when you go to heaven, everything would be, there would be light, and God would invite you to His home.
And everyone will live forever.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of living forever, if you believe in God, then you will go to heaven and live eternally and never die.
Don't know this, but
And
you can actually live 2 times.
But why would you follow God, though? You said you follow God. We could follow anything. We could follow this bike, video games, a lot of things we could
Well,
follow.
we follow Him because
mostly we
He
should
created
follow
us.
God.
Like this bike example, it didn't like be
It
like,
didn't just appear.
He didn't like just, like the bike didn't just get dust and go like blow it. God had to do that because He was a person. But this bike, it's not moving right now. It's standing still. It's not breathing. You can't hear it or anything. So yeah.
You agree?
God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We call them the Trinity because they saved us. God the Son was the one God the Father sent it out to die for us. And then God the Holy Spirit was the one who passed. Well, God the Holy Spirit is. Well, they're not like, there's not 3 gods. They're all the same thing.
One God, 3 persons.
One God.
What did the Holy Spirit do?
The Holy Spirit is the heart of heaven.
He helps us believe. The Holy
Yeah.
Spirit is who helps us believe. He helps convict us when we sin. He comforts us in our weakness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something? And we're kind of like leaves because like we grow.
We live and die.
No, we grow and then we die. So like we grow big, but then we die, and then they go into the ground. And it's like they're going to heaven because like they like it nurtures the ground, but some don't. So it's like some of them are going to heaven. It's like some of them are going to hell.
Leaves don't have a soul, right?
Mhm.
The leaves help us breathe. The leaves give us shade. But what's our purpose when we follow Jesus? How do we?
Our purpose is to become Christians and love the Lord.
Just love Him?
Love Him as He has loved us.
What about other people?
Love the other people. If you love other people and love your brothers, then you're loving God. And if you don't love on friends or family, then well, that's not a good sign. It's telling that you don't love God, because loving God is loving your family, loving your friends, and loving Him.
Yeah. So remember when we came down this little trail, we were like, oh, the trail ended, it's this little circle right here. But we said, hey, if we can stop and just pay attention and pick up a leaf we can learn something about God's creation, which teaches us about us. This leaf has a purpose to bring oxygen, to
Everyone
give
has
shade, and everyone has a
has a
purpose. And that purpose is ultimately fulfilled in a relationship with God, right?
That we love God. And like, it's okay if we like love video games, like love our family, love
It's not a
bike
bad
ride.
thing to like video
Yeah,
games.
and like
It's just that
if you're
you get, like,
and then somebody's like, oh, don't play video games because then it's gonna turn into an idol. But then if you then you play it a lot, but it isn't an idol for you. God is still your idol. That's a good thing.
God's not an idol. He's a God. I mean, it's not a bad thing to like video games. Like, I like video games, but being too addicted or obsessed to it's not a good thing. Sort of like me, because I'm a little addicted to Fortnite. But anyway, back to
So we
the
confess,
subject.
right? We share our struggles and
Like if you play video games too much, I don't suggest you do that. But I suggest you play on Fridays. I mean, like on the weekends, so because like that's the only time you don't have school on. But if you play when you have school, you're just gonna mess up on math. You're gonna be thinking of that, and you're just gonna forget the stuff that the teacher told you, and then you mess up, and then you're gonna get in trouble.
well, I got to tell you, man, I've really enjoyed spending time with you guys today out here and learning about leaves and their purpose and our purpose. And I hope that everyone will follow y'all's examples as you follow Jesus. Any last words?
Goodbye.
Bob Mayer. Oh, and I suggest this. Like,
Recommend. It's
I
recommend.
recommend, like, you being like me a little. Like, you go to, like, just, like, go to neighborhood, like, just walk and just pick up a leaf and it will remind you of what God created. It's sort of like all these leaves are like a family.
The family of God.
Yeah,
The tree family?
It's like we're these
All right,
limbs.
man.
We grow and then we die.
You guys
But don't worry, if you believe in God, you're going to heaven.
have faith, right? You're going to ride off in the sunset? I'm going to watch you ride off, man. You going to give him a push?
Okay, give me a push.
I won't give you a big one.
No, give me a big one. Sure? No, wait, my dad did it.
It's okay. I'm
No, I want that.